Survivors describe Jay-Z and Beyoncé being there on at least 3 occasions, laughing, directing, even killing when the moment. Multiple witnesses describe Beyoncé stepping in for the final act on cornered victims, cold and deliberate. Another talked about skin taken afterward, human skin turned into leather for a tour.
Yes, you heard that right. Beyoncé is now facing serious backlash over her alleged ties to the Epstein crimes in Africa. Rumors claim she's been protecting someone heavily connected to the whole situation, Naomi Campbell. We already know Naomi and Beyoncé have a history of hanging out, even at Diddy's parties. And guess who is reportedly spilling all the tea on this? Yup, Jason Lee.
They ain't called me to go to the Roc Nation brunch. They haven't called me to go to the gold party.
To accept being honored
They
at the
haven't
award
called
show?
me when we offered to honor Jay-Z at the award show. They didn't call me to go to the press conference about striking the deal with the NFL while we were kneeling for Kaepernick. They didn't call me to ask me what I thought about her hair care product. They didn't call me to offer a free bottle of her perfume. I didn't get to go backstage on her tour for the Renaissance.
Look, we all know Jason Lee has been teasing a massive Hollywood reckoning for 2026. And if the rumors are true, his next big target is Beyoncé. Reports claim Jason completely blasted the Carters for quietly protecting Naomi Campbell. Now, brace yourselves because what comes next sounds straight out of a movie. But remember, this is Hollywood we're talking about. An anonymous police officer from the Lagos State Police Command, who has been on the force for 15 years, decided to speak out. He claimed he was put on the initial inquiry team when survivors first came forward about Epstein's operations in Nigeria. What his team uncovered was absolutely chilling. They found missing kids reports dating back to 2002, strange aircraft sightings, and proof that locals were paid off or threatened to stay quiet. According to this officer, Epstein turned parts of the country into a playground for the elite. And here is the wildest part. He claims survivors explicitly placed Jay-Z and Beyoncé there on at least 3 occasions, alleging they participated in horrific rituals. The officer stated they had enough solid evidence, names, dates, and locations to open a formal case and even request Interpol red notices to question the Carters. But before they could act, the pushback started. He claims calls poured in from U.S. Embassy contacts and Washington officials with one clear message: drop it, close the file, and walk away.
That if we pursue this, if we name the celebrities or push for extradition, billions in development funds, health programs, security assistance would be gone overnight. Sanctions on senior officials in our government, frozen assets, travel bans, diplomatic isolation that would hurt ordinary Nigerian more than...
Look, I know what this officer is saying sounds hard to believe, and honestly, we can't say for sure if any of it is true. But doesn't this story sound a bit familiar? Aren't these the exact same things Naomi Campbell has been accused of for years? There is already a ton of evidence linking Naomi to some very dark circles. Her name reportedly appears in Epstein's infamous Little Black Book over 300 times, and she's all over his flight logs. She has also been heavily accused of recruiting young models for Epstein. In fact, one of the survivors publicly called her out, saying, "You saw me at your parties. You saw me in Epstein's homes. You saw me on the plane. You saw me." Of course, Naomi denied everything. But when the pressure got too high, she claimed she was only introduced to Epstein on her 31st birthday by her ex, Flavio Briatore. She argued that Epstein was always hanging around Victoria's Secret fashion shows and using her name to trick young girls into modeling. She insisted he just exaggerated how close they actually were. Naomi even said she deeply regrets ever being around him, calling Epstein just one of hundreds of thousands of people she's had to take a picture with. She maintains she had absolutely no idea what he was doing behind closed doors.
Direct character assassination. I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past. What he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else, because I've had my fair share of predators, and thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this. I mean, right now I stand with the victims. You know, they're scarred for life. for life. I've rubbed shoulders with
Regardless, if there is one person facing a mountain of receipts, it is Naomi. Even the Department of Justice released a transcript from an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell. In it, Maxwell directly stated that Naomi Campbell likely visited Little St. James, Epstein's private island, and was definitely involved with him. Maxwell also claimed that Naomi had her own separate friendship with Epstein. This means there could have been an even deeper connection between Naomi and Epstein that Maxwell didn't even know about.
Aside from that flight, do you know him from any other thing?
No.
Naomi Campbell?
Yes, I do know Naomi. And I knew her before I met Mr. Epstein and the former President Clinton.
Do you know whether Mr. Epstein separately knew Ms. Campbell?
I think he probably met her through me. That, I imagine.
And so, for those three, Mr. Tucker, Mr. Spacey, and Ms. Campbell, did they ever travel to any of Mr. Epstein's properties, the island or New Mexico?
Not Mr. Tucker, well, not to my knowledge, Mr. Tucker or Mr. Spacey. Naomi Campbell may have.
To where?
She may have gone, well, she certainly, well, I believe she visited him in Palm Beach, and I believe she may have gone to the island.
Seriously, how do you even deny being involved after all this? Recently, things got even worse for Naomi. Documents reveal that Epstein was trying to buy Brazilian modeling agencies, specifically talking with Ford Models, the very agency that once represented Naomi. While the agency denies any contact, it's clear Epstein was using the fashion world to target women. Coincidentally, Epstein started showing a massive interest in East Africa at the exact same time Naomi was building a high-profile presence there. Kenya's Ministry of Tourism even named her an international ambassador. Her main spot was Malindi, a town famous for hosting a secretive, elite jet-set crowd. She threw massive, exclusive parties there, and honestly, who knows what went on behind closed doors. Rumors claim her activities there match the exact allegations the Nigerian officer leveled against Beyoncé. Speaking of Beyoncé, if you want more receipts, listen to this. People originally thought she was only mentioned in the Epstein files because of a routine email about a performance at a Formula One race. Nothing crazy, right? Most people just accused her of staying silent while knowing what was going on in Hollywood. But then, another email surfaced from former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers. The context is blurry, but he mentions Beyoncé and Serena Williams, and people assume he wanted an introduction. 7 months later, Summers joined a company called Afterpay, and Jay-Z's Roc Nation reportedly received 75,000 stock options. This has people convinced Epstein brokered the introduction. Then there are the wild, viral theories online. Some claim Beyoncé actually spoke about selling 16 unborn children to Epstein, and that she changed the lyrics to her song, 16 Carriages, to hint at it. Now, most people know the song is just an autobiographical country ballad about her starting her career at age 15 or 16. But conspiracy theorists are pulling the lyrics apart, claiming it's a hidden message about elite ritualistic crimes, the kind Nicki Minaj has been venting about for months. There is even a lawsuit filed by a woman named Shakila Williams against Roc Nation, claiming the Carters are part of Epstein's network, which mainstream media completely ignored. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, why is Naomi Campbell, a woman heavily named in the Epstein files, still getting the VIP treatment from Beyoncé and Jay-Z? Is Beyoncé signaling that Naomi is protected under the Carter umbrella? If any of these leaks are even a fraction true, we are looking at a massive, global shield for the elite. Personally, given everything that happens behind closed doors in Hollywood, I wouldn't put anything past anyone. But what do you think? Is there a real connection here? Let me know in the comments below.